Okay, SAR 1911 here today, and we're going to do a video. What do you think? Surprise? No. Anyway, before we get started, make sure guys go click out sgt1911.com, sgt1911.com. Check out my battle buddies. I do appreciate the subscriptions that I've got out there, all you subscribers. Booyah! I love it. I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed, you may be missing out. You need to go check it out. Click the little ringy dingy over there and make sure you get a notification. Okay, let's go. We're going to check out a little pistol today, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do the typical thing, but I'm going to check out a SAR 9mm. Now, if you can get a look at that, that says SAR-USA, and the reason they say USA is because this thing come from Turkey. This is I'm going to say it wrong, but I'm going to do my redneck version, Salzimar 9mm. Now, they make about 3 or 4 versions of this thing, and they all differ so slightly. Maybe one's a 1/4 inch longer, one's a 1/4 inch shorter. Man, they're all basically the same thing. And that brings up something else we're going to talk about. This gun company, established in 1880, they say. They're making guns over in Turkey. They make them for the Turkish military and the Turkish government, and that's all good. And most people are familiar that we got good guns coming out of Turkey for several years now. We got a lot of nice shotguns, good Turkish walnut. We got some pretty nice stuff out there that's relatively inexpensive. That's another reason we want to look at their handguns. But what we're going to do, we got another black plastic box. Lots of them out there, right? Black plastic box. I'm going to open it up. Unboxing things sometimes just don't turn me on. You feel me? But I'm going to do it for a reason today. I got my paperwork there. SAR-USA. My bicycle lock. I got a cleaning rod. A couple tools, which you guys know I kind of like the tools better than I do the magazine things. If my thumb's not strong enough to load a magazine, maybe I don't need to be trying to load one. I've got one magazine. This looks like this will be 17 round magazine. I've got 1, 2, I've got multiple pieces to adjust the back straps with. I mean multiple pieces. It looks like I've got 2, 4, I got 6 different variations, one on there. I got about 8 different ways I can adjust the back strap of this pistol. And it looks like I've got a tool for takedown. I'm assuming that's what it is, for takedown. That's interesting. Most people don't give you any tools. Put this back in here. I'm gonna pick this pistol up. Now I want you guys to look at it just for a second. Take a look at it. I'm not gonna go much farther until I count to maybe 5 in my little mind. And now we'll start to look at the pistol. What we got is a 9mm. Got some white sights on it. I got serrations front and back. They're not extremely aggressive, but they are more aggressive than a Glock. You know, I've got, looks like a nice pistol grip, magazine release, 17+1, trigger guard. Look at the shape of the trigger guard. Look how it's textured out there. Okay. Now look, I got a rail underneath here. Nice fit handgun. Fits my hand well. External extractor. Got that safety trigger in there. I don't see anything super special about it, and that's my point. Now I do have a safety on it, it appears. I've got an Ambidextrous Safety, not overly large. Take a look close at that. I got it on this side. I'm going to turn the pistol around, and I got it on this side. Not anything unusual. Nice texture, and like I said, it is adjustable with 3 additional, so a total of 4 sets there. Like it's just a single action gun. Trigger on it, not too bad. I'm gonna try to do a trigger gauge on it, you know, but I don't think that it might not pull off too good. It's not extremely good trigger, but it's not extremely bad trigger. The angle at which it is not going to let me do it. And that's the trouble sometimes with it. I got a good bad angle. I mean, you know, I'm going to say this is a pretty decent little handgun. Now, one thing that you guys might be guessing about is Turkish made. Like I said, there's about 6 models, 5, 6 models, the 9mm. The only difference in any of them is maybe a 1/4 inch longer, 1 extra round. The width on it is within 1/8 of an inch of all of them. They're all really, really close to each other. But that's not really what I'm talking about, and I wanted you to take a few minutes there and just a few seconds and look at it real closely. We're going to go out and see if we can make it go bang, but as I went through this box, I want to think about something. I'm going to go through another box over to the side. Let me just bring it over here. It's a black plastic box. I'm going to lay it this way for a reason. I got a bicycle lock. Had a bicycle lock. I've got adjustable pieces. Remember, we had adjustable pieces. I got an extra magazine. We had an extra magazine. This one has something to help you load it, so your thumb don't get so tired. The Sarge had a couple of tools. All right, now let's get to the eye candy here. You all are going to be familiar with it, and boy, it has really, really caught a lot of attention. I want you to look at what we got. We have the Walther PDP. This thing has really set the pistol world on fire. People really love it. They're all excited about it. You can go back and check out my review with it. I'm extremely happy with this pistol. The trigger on it, everything is just amazing. It's for a polymer pistol, it's cool. Let's put them side by side. The difference between these two handguns is so minimal. Both got white dot sights. They're within 1/8 of an inch or less of being the same length. I'm going to say the biggest difference between these two pistols is probably the serrations on the slide and the trigger itself. Now, are these serrations good? They're good. These are extremely rough. You know, people will go so far on one end of the spectrum and complain about serrations that they're not rough enough. And then you got other people who say they will cut in your finger and hurt your finger. These are quite aggressive here on the corner. I'm going to try to roll the pistol. I'm going to roll it so you can see them on the side, and as I roll around, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, you'll see that they get deeper. You can see how deep they are maybe. So they're extremely deep. Now when I switch over to the Sarge pistol, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to roll it around, and you'll see they're not deep, but they're there. They're a little bit closer to Glock serrations, but they're a little bit deeper and more pronounced than the Glock. You know, I don't think that there's that much differences in the two pistols. I just don't think that there are. Obviously the magazines will not interchange, but you know, they're so close and so similar. I didn't weigh them. If there's difference in weight, maybe the SARS is a little heavier, but it can't be much. That should be just enough to help you with recoil. That would be it. The trigger on them, or the Walther is good. The SARS, not bad. I mean, you know, they're both single action triggers. Here, you know, the big differences in them that I see, a little bit on the trigger bone. Look at the trigger right here, and look at the one on the Walther. Right here. Now the one on the SARS will actually let my hand get up a little bit higher behind the trigger, so my web of my hand is closer to the access of the barrel, which should help me control it just a little bit more. The Walther's not quite so high. I can't get as high on it, but man, they're so close. So I mean, SARS, and here's what the real difference is when it boils down to it. We have so many 9mm polymer pistols out there that the market's just flooded with them, and there's tough competition. Competition enough that SARS Turkish-made handgun is just about half the price of the Walther PDP. Now, I don't know you guys, but half the price, if I can get 2 of these for what I can just about get 1 of these, that trigger, I can stand to give a little bit on a trigger. Maybe it's an extra pound, but when you're popping off 9mm and having fun, what's an extra pound for a couple $100? I'd gladly give it. I'm not trying to dish this Walther. It's an excellent pistol. Really like it. It's got a lot of good reviews. It's really proved itself. But I am saying the SARS pistol, it's really going to have to turn out bad to be not worth the money. You know, we're looking at a pistol that I'm going to favor over many people's favorite Glock. You know, we got a lot of handguns out there that's in this caliber, and it's really some tough competition out there. But you know, this is going to go right out there and compete more or less with a Mossberg pistol. If you'll go check out my video on that, we'll put a link to it down at the bottom or up at the top. But we'll put a link and let you see. This is going to be real competitive to that Mossberg pistol, except made in Turkey. Now they advertise that this thing is some kind of special steel at the top, high quality steel slide at the top. But the truth be known, guys, we can't tell it. Unless the thing blew apart, we'd never know whether it had molecule A, B, or C, or this or that, or whatever it's made of, so long as it's solid, it's got some weight. How are we going to tell the difference? You know, you can tell me what quality it is, unless I'm a metal expert, I'm never going to know. Same thing with this gun or any other handgun out there. What we're going to do, like we always do, we're going to go outside, we're going to put a little 9mm in it, and we're going to make it go bang, 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 see what it does. Okay, we're outside the hideout where we've been talking about the similarities between this SARS 9mm and the Walther PDP. Now this is a SARS video, don't make no end or buts about it, but what I simply wanted to point out that the SARS is about 50% the cost of the Walther PDP, and everybody's all fired up about the Walther PDP. It is an excellent handgun. I pointed out the similarities inside, but what I'm going to do before we get started is I'm going to point out a couple of differences, because you know somebody's going to fact check me and I don't want to think I didn't get it. If you'll notice the top, the Walther's got a spot on this one so I can put a little sight. The SARS does not. See the difference there? I pointed out that the Ambidextrous Safety inside on the SARS, the Walther does not. I pointed out the pistol grips, but if you look at that pistol grip on the Walther, it's pretty much straight here, but the SARS, it's got molded to fit your fingers. Now, for my hands, it fits perfect, but if you get somebody that's got a really small hand or a big fat finger, that might not work. Now, changing the back strap will adjust it, but it will not in here. Whereas the Walther, you don't have to worry about it. You know, the Walther's got slide release or slide lock on both sides, here and here. The SARS only has it on one side here. The Walther takes down really easy here. The SARS is a little bit more difficult to take down here, hence we got that little tool. Now, on the other hand, if you look closer, look at this little sandpaper piece right here on the SARS. I got a finger spot on both sides, so I can rest my finger right there on both sides, and the Walther does not. So the differences on these things are so minute in my mind, because I don't shoot with red dots and stuff anyway. You know, they both got external extractors, they both shoot 9mm, they're both black polymer, they're both the same size, they both weigh relatively the same amount. I don't know, this one's made in Germany, this is made in Turkey. These people have been making guns since the 1880s. You know, Walther's been making guns for, I don't know how long time. So, I mean, I don't know, they're both proven. I guess it's your personal preference. So, my personal preference right now is to go ahead, load this thing up, and light it up. Let me see what we can do. Like I said, I got 2 magazines. Let me lock the slide back. I backed away a little further than my normal distance from that, so I better slow down and see what happens. Let me see. Put my hearing protection on. Let's see how this thing shoots. I think it's pretty impressive for half the price. I mean, I had a ring-a-ding-a-dingy there, and man, I don't have no trouble at all. The sights, I really like the sights. The dots on the sights compared to the Walther, compared to the SAR, the Walther is a little bit smaller than the SARs, but I mean, they're both white dot. Now, one thing I think I am going to pick the SAR over, if you look at the Walther, the way the sight is here, it's kind of blunt right here, and look how smooth and laid back the SARS is at the angle this got right here. So, you know, without a light, I'm going to prefer this pistol sight-wise when it comes to carry, just because of the size of the dots and the way the sights are made. The safety, with it being that long single action trigger like that, you might as well left it off like they did on the Walther. Go ahead and try it again. I might try to hit one of the little paddles, but my distance is getting further away. I don't know if I'm going to be that good today or not. Run dry. What do you think, fellas and ladies? Nice little handgun. Shoots really impressive gun for the money. I think it's a great value. I'm gonna put it right up in there with some of the other handguns, and you know, go back and check out that Mossberg video. I think it'd be a tight run between them, Mossberg and this gun. Mossberg, though, you can buy American. Turkey, they got it going on. There's a lot of competition out there, 9mm polymers. And you know, I hadn't seen no more than a couple that I don't like. So anyway, if they go bang, 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 give me a little recoil, a little smell, a little booyah, I'm all about it, right? So let's just wrap it up. Make sure we always shoot safe, shoot straight. Hooah.